All right, and we're live. So this is Epic Sketch Time number 16. My name is James Stowe. I'm an illustrator and cartoonist. I do a web comic called Sidekick Quests. And for the next hour or so, I am going to be sketching epically with several other cartoonists. If they would like to go ahead and introduce themselves, they should do so now.
Oh. Okay, I'm Bill Morse. I'm a cartoonist and illustrator, and I do a webcomic called Rhapsodies.
My name is Brett Giuliano. I'm an artist and illustrator, and I do a comic called Dust Bunny Mafia.
I think I'm getting some weird lag.
All right, I'm Deanna Brigman. I am an illustrator. I do a comic called Obscurato, which you can find on obscurato.com.
Well, I'm Jim Kersey. I'm an illustrator. I do a comic called The Amok Brothers.
My name's Pat McEwen. I do the comic The Devil and Mr. Gandhi at devilandgandhi.com.
All right, I'm cutting.
Hello all.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, there you are.
Wow, quite the crowd tonight.
And everybody just jumped into drawing.
Well, usually the first 5 or 10 minutes of conversation in any epic sketch time is noting who has stumbled into the alternate Epic Sketch Time Hangout, and how do we get those people back into the fold. So that's usually the first 5 or 10 minutes.
That sounds promising. Well, being one of those the victims who's been known to fall into that hole on a semi-regular basis.
This is already the most successful Epic Sketch Time ever recorded, I think.
Has everybody already done introductions?
Yep.
Oh, and I'll catch up. I'm Mark Monlux. I'm a freelance illustrator, and I do a couple of non-paying web comics called The Return of Stickman and the Comic Critic.
Yeah, you guys missed last week. It was the Monlux and McEwen hour last week. You missed out on it.
Was it only 2 of you?
Yep.
Sorry, I was sketching somewhere else.
We still managed to have a lively discussion, me and Mark, though. Did you know that Mark is working on a card deck of movie monsters?
Somehow it came. Somehow he let it slip a few times before sessions ago.
Tonight I'm working on my web comic Critic, and the movie review that I'm currently drawing is for A Clockwork Orange. Put that up in a sec.
Well, you said you did that one.
Well, I thought I'd be done with it before now. It's pretty much all drawn. It's I just need to fill in things and clean it up. So, oops. Didn't mean to take over the screen. Let me get rid of that. So I was telling Bill earlier today that I'm at the stage where I need to consider buying a new laptop for my travels, because the old one is pretty much, it's 10 years old. The batteries have failed on it. Won't work without a battery plugged into it, and they're actually the batteries have heated up so often that their glue's falling apart, and it's like trying to work with a loose sandwich. So
I'm amazed you have something that's 10 years old. It still is operational.
My previous laptop had pretty much that was that old, nearly.
I have a friend of mine named Sam Day, and he's still working with the same model. He too is at the point where he's having to consider buying one. He was supposed to buy one last summer, but being that he tends not to hang on to money that well, what with paying bills and what have you. So
Pesky things.
I do want to show you guys something, because most of you probably haven't seen this. Over the years, I've been slowly paying my friend Sam in little installment payments, and he does portraits. And I decided, I'd love to have a portrait of myself.
Oh, he finally finished it.
Oh, yeah, it finished months ago. It's just been airing out inside his office. Because,
It is quite an expression you have on your face.
yeah, isn't it great? Please notice how my mouth is still open. Apparently, I can't even shut it having my picture painted. Now I just have to find the right place to hang it in the house. Now, the reason I got that done was Sam does a lot of wedding paintings, where he goes to a wedding and draws the reception live for 4 hours. That's his main bread and butter these days. But he also wants to get known for doing portrait work. Most of the portraits he has are self-portraits.
Yeah.
So I want to give him them.
Between that and his religious art.
Oh yeah, he's got some nice religious art. Lots of angels, Jesuses.
I believe the plural is Jesus-I, I believe.
So I was trying to convince my wife to watch From Here to Eternity the other night. And instead, we ended up watching The Minions.
Oh, God. I have not heard many good things about that one. Oh. But speaking of CGI, I finally saw the third Kung Fu Panda movie.
Ooh, I like that one. That one was really good.
Yes, it was. I won't say it's my favorite, but it was really, really good.
It really ties the three movies together into like a single storyline. I thought they did that really well.
I liked Zimmer's work on but I really liked his use of light motifs in this one, with the with the villain's leitmotif being sort of kind of comical, except when put in the context, you feel guilty about feeling amused by it.
It's pretty deep for a kid movie.
Yeah. I find the trick of it is not to make a big deal out of it. I mean, not overtly deep. Something that's not dependent on the kids to notice, but if they do, it's gravy.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
But I especially liked what James Hong was doing with his performance, considering how his role was pretty much blatantly slapstick for the most of the entire run.
Yeah.
And the running gag of how he successfully kept all sorts of secrets from Poe is culminating in the "You can fly? I'm a bird, Poe."
Right.
Spoiler.
We've all knew that his dad was a bird.
I have yet to see his dad fly. So
Nobody has. We don't see him fly in the movie this either. He just says he could.
I've yet to see any of those movies.
Oh, they're worth a view. I would definitely check them out.
Yeah, I just never didn't know if it was actually good. I mean, I'd heard good things, but
It's one of the ones that first really started getting me to become a fan of DreamWorks again, because for the longest time they were, while pretty much well done, were pretty much just dependent on cultural in-jokes. And so Kung Fu Panda was the first one where it sort of decided to take itself seriously. But considering when you first see the ad for it and see both Jack Black and Seth Rogen's name on it, it's easy to think that it's more of the same at first.
yep.
Well, in my news, I actually completed my first chapter and got it all posted up, so I'm very excited about that.
Hey, nice work.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so now I'm wondering, like, man, what should I do next? Obviously, there's print, and then was thinking of actually putting a PDF together and seeing if I could sell that.
Yeah. I've been rethinking my print strategy myself, so that's very interesting.
Is there really a market for PDFs, though?
I've sold a few, though it sort of drops in the bucket, I found. But with ebooks and everything, they do okay.
Well, that's what I was kind of hoping for people who didn't want to have to sit and click through a website. Maybe portably they'd like a little PDF to take along with them.
I have a friend who works for Amazon, and that's what exactly he did, and was reading it on his Kindle.
I think that's when you get a sense of supporting other creators, because there's this guy Justin Kroger just came out with The Fist #2, and I'm 99% sure he does not update it online. He just builds it up page by page and then sells it as a digital PDF through Gumroad. And I enjoyed the first issue, so he put it out digitally today, and I just went on there and bought it. And he puts it up as kind of a pay whatever you want type of model. So there is, the risk of a lot of self-promotion and just trying to get sales that way, but I think there's that element of, if you put it out there, and hopefully you'll get the support of readers who are willing to pay $1 or $2 for a digital, 20-page comic.
Yeah, and that's what I was hoping, and then I thought adding some value by adding a little bit of art and maybe a director's commentary. This is what I was thinking when I made this page, kind of thing. Mostly I'm just excited to have it done, and so I think I'm gonna maybe send it to some reviewers and see if I can get somebody to write something nice about it.
Yeah, anybody in mind?
Well, I thought I'd start small. I've got a list on Twitter of some people who are trying to break into the comic reviewing game.
Huh.
I had people approach me at comic book conventions saying, "Oh, I'd like to review your book. You mind giving me a copy?" And I have this little form that I have them sign. I said, "Okay, here's the deal. It's you need to do 2,000 words, and you need to do it in 30 days. Otherwise, you pay double on the book." And that's been working out pretty well. Because you get these people, and they've got this stack of books, and you think, oh my God. They talk, oh yeah, I'm like 9 months behind on doing my reviews. I'm kind of going, great. Like, I want to give you a copy.
So has that worked out financially or by getting a lot of reviews?
Well, actually, I've only had one person miss the deadline. And they were kind enough to, send the check. But everyone else has done the 2,000 words. I had to call this one guy up because he only did 500 words, and I told him no. Gotta do 2,000. I've never done 2,000 before. I said, well, signed a contract, dude. Oh, I forgot what I did with that. I said, don't worry, I got a copy. Yes. I had this one guy hand me his book, asking me if I would draw a review of it. This big, huge tome of a book, too. It was like 2 inches thick that he and his dad wrote. and I chewed through it, and I absolutely hated the book. Just, and I didn't want, I wrote to him saying, "Listen, I really dislike your book, and I don't want to draw a review of it because I don't like to draw negative reviews of books. And can I just send this back to you?" He says, "No, just give it to somebody else." Felt really bad about that. But I have a friend who's got this store, and he puts up books for free in front of it, and so I took it down there, and I'm sure somebody else is suffering through it.
And my illustrator has been very unstable as of late.
Your what's been very uncivilized today?
My Illustrator program has been very unstable.
I get that a
Has it been crashing on you, or are you talking that it's
Well, it's been crashing pretty regularly.
Mine does that a lot. I was wondering if this was sort of a subtle hint that I needed to cough up the dough for cloud.
I'm working in cloud, and it's still pretty wonky. I don't know what's going on, but it's crashed twice since we started tonight.
yikes?
I've been saving about every 15 minutes. Now, granted, I'm doing a lot of color and effect work right now, so that's not helping at all.
Has anyone had any trouble with clip paint for being stable? I've never had any issues with it.
It's crashed. I've had a few crashes, but generally that was when I was opening and shutting it and having it in the back for open in the background for a couple of hours, ignoring it. But generally, it's very stable. Or actually, I take that back. The only times it's crashed were when I was closing a handful of documents at the same time, and it said it crashed even though I quit it.
Yeah, I've personally never had it crash on me yet.
In unrelated movie news,
Yes.
Keanu Reeves is actually going to lend his voice to the movie Keanu. Yeah, initially his people were saying, no, don't do this, but apparently his sister saw a preview of it, called him up and said, "You have to get involved with this film is funny." So he called up the guy and said, "Okay, my sister says I gotta get involved with this. What can I do to make it happen at this stage?" So they did a Skype thing where one of the comedians gave him instructions via Skype during his recording, and there's a episode in the movie where one of the heroes is a little high, and apparently in his drug-induced delirium, the kitten is talking to him.
Oh, nice.
In Keanu Reeves' voice?
And Keanu Reeves' voice.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
have you seen the? Have you seen any of the the viral commercials for it?
Oh yeah, I saw the one where the tough guys are trying to do a stare down contest with a kitten.
That is my favorite.
Now, in the very first preview I saw, it shows the guy discovering the kitten on his doorstep, and you see just how absolutely cute the kitten is. And then in almost all the following previews, you don't see that much of the kitten. I'm just wondering, how many cats do you need to do a movie like that?
Yeah, considering how old that one is, you probably need a good dozen of just for the stunt doubles. Probably why they went with that fairly generic tabby.
I'm also wondering how many people are now going to be naming their cats Keanu.
South Carolina.
So is this one of the sessions that's being taped? Looks like Stowe is trying to fix his computer again.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute. Yes, this is being recorded. It'll be up on YouTube pretty much as soon as we're done. And I just realized I'm not sharing anything at the moment. Which is too bad because what I'm drawing looks awesome.
Oh, there we go. That looks pretty nice, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see why my computer is crashing.
Oh.
Illustrator does not like this many feathered layers.
That's a mighty happy-looking elf that's on the right-hand side.
He says there for reference. I haven't drawn him in technically yet. Several older adventurer characters are coming back on Friday.
So that's not an evil necromancer there?
That is he is the sewer wizard. He was the first villain of the series that turned out to be their friend. But he is a scary looking dude.
Uh-huh. There.
I thought I would bring back the sewer wizard because I'm about to do a Kickstarter of the first storyline. So it'd be nice to actually introduce the character again.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I've got some, at least for me, I have some big news about the Kickstarter that I just got confirmed today.
Yes.
One of the people that I respect the most, who has been doing comics forever, has agreed to write my foreword. Uh, John Kovalik, anybody know who he is?
I know of him.
Yeah, he does Dork Tower. He's been doing it for like
Oh
20
yes,
some
of
years.
course.
And
Yeah.
Munchkin.
Yeah, all the Munchkin agents.
Yeah, so he agreed to write my forward. That made me very happy today.
That's fantastic.
There. Ah. There. Just finished the undersketch on this baby. See what you all think.
I would say I'm digging what you're doing, Brett. That looks awesome.
Oh, thanks. This is the start of the, well, I guess the cover page for the pinup gallery for the book.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so each, I'm going to flip this clipboard a little bit, but I'm waiting until I get the rest of the images from other
Cool.
artists. And then I'm
What
going
is
to,
that underneath it?
underneath, which
There's
part?
orange, but there's I don't even know. Oh, it's a little flash drive.
Yeah, I have a flash drive and a fake mobster card, like MasterCard play on.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
really like watching other people work in that thing.
thanks. I'm actually trying to figure out one more thing to add because I feel like this space over here is going to be bare, and so but I don't want to clutter it up too much. But trying to think of something else to add here that could tie in either mobster related or just would be like something sitting on someone's desk per se. So
Would like a gun or something be too cliche?
no, I was thinking of a stiletto. So
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. So I'm sorry, Bill. I totally stole your thunder.
Yeah, but anyway, here's what. As I said, just finished the under sketch for this thing.
Now, is the undersketch done digitally?
Yeah, I've been getting better at using While my learning curve is still a slow process with clip paint. It's definitely I'm finding it a lot more intuitive for the drawing part. So I'm trying to do at least for the at the moment for pencils and inks. Though I confess that I still haven't quite figured out, been having a little bit of trouble with transparencies and dropping colors into other layers.
And that's Manga Studio, is that right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Though Smith Macro has officially said that, as far as us English speakers are concerned, it's now Clip Studio Paint.
I don't know what you're drawing, Jim, but it is frightening.
I'm kind of curious about the little sparkly rays. obviously what you have behind them is a basic, fade-off filter with some splatters going on another layer or the same one. But those wavy, sparky lines, I'm seeing some rainbows in there, or...
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to Stowe.
Yeah, I am. I've got an underdrawing on there too, so that's. But it's a magic door, so it is several effects layered on top of each other. So let me see if I can isolate it. There I've isolated the magic door, and there are several feathered things, and yes, but I like to include kind of a rainbow effect when I'm using light because I think it adds something to it. But if you want to look at there we go. That's the paths, if you can see that.
Yeah.
So it's a ram chugger. And I don't even have the background on. There's the background. So now I got to place these other figures into this environment. I don't know if any of you read my comic, but this is tomorrow's.
Hey, I've already seen that one.
Yes, if you're a patron of mine, you've seen it. But I killed one of the kids in my comic, and he's come back as a zombie.
Which technically, he's still in the strip, so...
Right.
Was that a way to kind of ease the pain for your children, or do they still consider him totally dead?
No, I don't know. Wait, you know what? My son's sitting right here. Do you consider him dead?
No, I consider him undead.
Undead.
Mad at you for killing him off, though.
I love the idea that he's the politest character in the group. So I like the idea that he's super polite, but occasionally eats people.
You said he magic?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I think so, yes. We can still do that.
What, he switched to blue magic?
I don't know.
I think he should because he said.
Blue magic and psychic quest being necromancy. It's all color coded. What I should say is because I'm going to crash in a moment. So what do you guys think? Does he look appropriately backlit?
I like the highlights. Very nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hercules movie.
I've decided that Stowe is right, that my image here of Dr. Fives needs a little bit more blue highlights in the cape or something. The cape's just a little flat right now.
I don't remember him ever wearing a cape.
Yeah, his whole outfit is white, including this large bow tie type thing he has on the front of his cape. So
I might be getting him mixed up with his makeup in the Wax Museum.
Well, he disguises himself in a number of different ways in Dr. Fives, but when he's in his lab, this is his outfit. I think they just wanted to really have people focus on his head.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut out just a couple minutes early. It's been nice sketching and spending some time with y'all.
All right, you have a great night, Pat.
Good night.
There we go.
So, Stowe, will I be seeing you tomorrow night?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Do you have any thoughts on what you're going to do?
No, not a clue. I'm hoping I'll get some inspiration there. It is National Alien Day.
I had
Alien.
Tomorrow is National Alien Day?
Technically today. Yeah.
I had not heard this one.
Yep.
That's what the internet is for, to tell us what special and weird day it is.
There.
I was thinking about bringing some sculpting clay and maybe doing a a Sculpey thing, but then I realized I'd taken all my Sculpey materials and already given it to RR. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, which, by the way, did you hear that we're done?
Well, and I heard that it was in the hands of Brill and that he had to do the fine tuning. So.
Yeah, I'm astounded that we're so far ahead.
Yeah, considering the amount of detail on that thing.
Yeah.
I'm a little
In case
surprised.
anyone is wondering what we're talking about, there's a printmaking festival in Tacoma, Washington, called Ways Views, and our cartoonist group has been invited several years in a row now. My guess is just to see how badly we'll mess up. And every year they do a steamroller print, where the actual printing of the piece, the giant linoleum block, is done by rolling over it with a steamroller. And this year we are doing a tribute to Frank Herbert, as he is a local Tacoman, I think. So I'm told.
I think it's interesting. It's the first year that different groups are actually doing different things.
Well, everybody is doing an author, a local author. All right, it's about that time, everybody.
Okay.
It's been an hour of epic sketching. I've got kids I need to take care of, so I am going to drop out. Hopefully that is not going to end the broadcast. If it does, I apologize for those who still want to draw epically, but I think I am done for the night. So I will see everybody next week.
Good night, Stu.
All right.
Night.
Good night.